Hi everybody, Mark Lawrence once again for the college football videos here at Playbook.com with my top tips and observations on the Week 9 football card. And what I've learned thus far this season is the BCS polls are out for week number 2, and once again the SEC dominates with 7 teams in the top 25, 5 teams out of the Big 12, and making an appearance for the first time this year, 1 team from the Big 10, that being the Wisconsin Badgers. What I've also learned thus far this football season, keeping up with our college football studs, our number 1 stud at this point of the football season is the Utah State Aggies. Under the radar Aggies, this football team is on a major winning run. They won 5 games in a row to close out the season last year, have only 2 losses this year, both by 1 and 2 points, and have dominated in the stat wars. Our number 2 stud team is Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, out of the Big 12 Conference. Tommy Tuberville's team brought 18 starters back from a Mission team who had a losing season last year. They're making amends in a big-time way this year. Number 2, Texas Tech, our number 2 stud this season. Our number 3 stud has to go to Rutgers out of the Big East Conference. Undefeated thus far this football season, the Scarlet Knights have caught everybody by surprise and have done it on the playing field where they've lost only 1 game in the stats. On our dud list thus far this season, our number 1 dud, again at the top of the list, the Virginia Cavaliers, who have now lost the money 6 straight games in a row, despite the fact they've won the yards in the last 4 football games. Go figure. Our number 2 dud is the Idaho Vandals. The Spuds are playing so bad, head coach Rob Akey was actually fired last week, the first coach to get fired this football season. The Spuds have gone bad. And our number 3 dud on our list thus far at this point of the football season, the Colorado Buffaloes out of the Pac-12. The Buffaloes can't get out of their way thus far this football season. They're being outgained and outstated miserably in every football game they played. Moving on to our top tips on the football card this week, our number 1 tip on the football card, leaking oil favorites. And what these are, out of our midweek alert, are teams that have lost the stats 3 games in a row or more and find themselves favored. They have a tough time competing, let alone winning the game and covering a spread. There are 8 leaking oil favorites on the football card today. You can find out who they are in the Midweek Alert Football newsletter. At the top of that list is the Texas Longhorns, who have been outgained and outstated their last 4 football games in a row. With a horrible defense laying 20 points on the road, we'll fade Texas and hold our nose and play on Kansas as a leaking oil favorite play today. Our number 2 tip is the Battle of the Eyes, that being Indiana and Illinois meeting today. We'll side with the Hoosiers in this football game. They've lost 5 games in a row, but 4 of those losses have come by 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. On the flip side, Illinois comes in on a 4-game losing streak with every loss by 17 or more points. Take the points with the hard-trying Hoosiers again this week. And our number 3 tip on the football card is our cocktail party revelation. The biggest cocktail party in the world takes place Saturday when Georgia meets Florida in their annual Showdown football game. What our database tells us is that Georgia head coach Mark Richt chokes like a dog in football games when he goes up against 4-0 or greater Southeast Conference opponents. In his career with Georgia, he's done that 7 times. He's gone 0-7 straight up and against the spread in these big football games. We'll side with the Gators in the big cocktail party showdown on Saturday. That's been my top tips and observations on the football card for this week. Be sure to join me now for my 5-star college football game of the month kicking off this Saturday. We're on a red-hot winning run. We cashed our college football game of the month last month. We've gone 18-6 on our late phone service football plays the last 3 weeks. You can pick up my 5-star college football game of the month today and every play I make this weekend for just $99 complete when you call me toll-free now to get on board at 1-800-321-7777, or do it online. Sign up now at Playbook.com for the $99 weekend of winners. You'll be glad you did. Until next week for the college football videos, this is Mark Lawrence reminding you to always remember to bet with your head, not over it. And good luck as always.